Hello everyone, it is me Vegeta T23 and welcome back to my new What If. Today we're talking about what if Vegeta was born with God Ki. Before I start, I'd like to mention that I created a Discord server for you to join. The link is in the description of this video, so if you'd like to join in and talk to me and the rest of my fans, it's there. I'd also like to mention that I created an Instagram so you can survey my very uninteresting life. I mainly post Osu stuff. Now back to the video. In the last part, we discussed how Goku got mauled by the androids and then taken away. Krillin tried negotiating, but he proved one of those androids will give him head in the future. Vegeta has recovered from the virus, however not fully, but he still goes to test his limits with the damage he endured from the virus, and gets noticed by Bulma, Trunks and Goten, who found Goten's time machine near the spot where they first met the androids. After Vegeta got introduced to the story, him and Goten went to investigate. They find the rest in the city, looking for clues, and they decide to split up, only to be met with the androids and the now tortured and barely living Goku. Vegeta gave Goku a senzu bean, and when he recovered, Goku went nuts at the androids, going Super Saiyan. Vegeta and Goku then started fighting the androids, but they were interrupted by Cell, who absorbed 17. Vegeta decides to fight Cell. With the recap out of the way, let's continue the what if. With Vegeta and Cell having a short stare down, they begin the battle. Vegeta was heavily underestimating the creature as he got pounded down like a slaughtered animal. He knew he can't keep it up as good as he thought, so Vegeta goes Super Saiyan God and continues the battle, eagerly waiting for Cell to be defeated so he can rid the world of those androids once and for all. But he wasn't making much dent at all. Vegeta barely surpassed Cell, but Cell revealed his true height as a red, burning aura appeared around him. Vegeta knew the aura like the back of his hand and knew he fucked up, but kept hope. Cell then went to town, basically destroying Vegeta in combat. Cell then goes and beats Vegeta one last time, as Vegeta falls to the ground. Cell then asks if any of them would like to die by him as well, but just as he was about to finish the sentence, Goku went and did a solar flare, took Vegeta and pretty much everyone there, and ditched, knowing none of them stands a chance, including 18 and 16. They were taken to Capsule Corp after the androids agreed not to hurt Goku in any way until all of this is done for. Goten wasn't really in the mood to cooperate with them after the massive PTSD he has from his timeline, but decides to roll with it. At the house, they plan on what to do next. They ask Vegeta if he is as powerful as it seemed, and Vegeta says he's more powerful than that, at least 10 times, making Bulma drop a pot and hearing everyone else opening their eyes wide open, not believing in it. Vegeta then changes the topic, asking about the time chamber and if it's still usable. The squad thinks logically, saying that they have already used it to their max. Vegeta, thinking of something, comes up with a concept of a new guardian removing that time limit somehow. So he goes and flies to the lookout and sees Dende. He greets him, they share a small conversation and then proceeds to the important parts. He wants for the chamber to be given no limits because they have a new threat on Earth that will shroud it in total darkness. Dende says that he did some improvements like making it be used as much as they want, and they can do 3 years worth of training in there. Having that in mind, he genuinely thanks Dende for the first time and departs back to Capsule Corp, where he tells everyone that their theories were fake and that Dende has improved the time chamber, making it actually useful. Hearing the news, the boys prepare for the venture and they fly to the lookout. Upon arrival, Gohan mentions how they need a plan if they want the training to be perfect. Vegeta asks to elaborate and Gohan does, saying that Goten's future hasn't changed, so he will have to be trained for the same power or something similar. Vegeta gets the point and then goes on with thinking of a good plan. Goten suggests to train with Vegeta first to attain that same red-haired form. Vegeta, seeing the point, actually agrees. Then he asks of Gohan to be trained by him too, along with Trunks, and all of those boys agree to be trained. Paragus then comes, still being a bitch. He gives Vegeta stern looks. Vegeta then looks at Broly and gets a much better idea. He asks of Broly if he'd like to be trained by him, and Broly gladly accepts the proposal, making Paragus fume up and exploding at him for not knowing what they went through, and so on and so forth. But Vegeta then explodes and says how they want to continue living on the damn planet, they will protect it. That made Paragus shut up for once, seeing the point but not really showing he agrees with it. With that, everyone gets training. Vegeta first takes in Broly, being excited to see his potential and exiting a day later, with Vegeta still being a Super Saiyan God and Broly in something else. His hair wasn't blonde, although Vegeta said it is a Super Saiyan, it was green, and he can only come to one conclusion, that since he was born with a very high power, his hair manifests their power in a way. Next up is Goten, and he does the same with him, now knowing how to trigger a Super Saiyan. And a day later, they exit and Goten exits normally, but then transforms into a Super Saiyan first, and then goes into Super Saiyan God. He thanks Vegeta, and even though Vegeta is sick and tired of the time chamber, he takes his son in hopes that he has the same thing Vegeta has, being his offspring. They come out just shy under a year, and Trunks also looks normal, but Vegeta, on the other hand, has blue hair. When everyone asked what it might be, he simply replied he did what Broly first did, and is still doing, with the Super Saiyan God, and then went beyond that, achieving the power of Super Saiyan in a Super Saiyan God by carefully and heavily controlling his ki, and the form he went beyond from, jokingly calling it Super Saiyan Blue. That new form made him not regret dragging his son in, being tired and all. So Vegeta then tells the rest to train their muscles off in the meantime. Goku and Gohan enter, and after a few hours, Vegeta senses something disturbing, as Cell makes his way up to the lookout, almost unrecognized, popping in a solar flare and absorbing 18 in the process, becoming perfect. I have finally become perfect. Damn, we're all doomed now. Vegeta uses that new Super Saiyan form of his and attacks Cell. Much to his surprise, Cell flew towards the ground from that punch, getting seriously injured. Vegeta looks on in utter confusion. He then descends down to see Cell barely managing to throw up, and he also sees a very slimy and wet 18 on the ground, who was vomited out just now. Cell restrains it and tries to stand up, but sees Vegeta bursting his aura, saying, "Time to end you once and for all, Cell." Vegeta fires a massive wave, hitting Cell and defeating him. Everyone else descends to see Vegeta has defeated Cell, leaving 18 the only one remaining. Krillin takes a chance and takes 18, fearing that she might change. And with that, the squad defeated the androids, more or less. Goten goes back to the future and successfully defeats the androids himself, including Cell, and no casualties, except one. And with that, we're leaving things be for now. Thank you for watching. If you think Acnologia is the best Saiyan in the squad, then click dislike. But if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below. And as always, peace out.